Good morning, everybody. Let's complete the lesson we had yesterday. We started Unit 4, and the title was Communication. We knew that communication is very important, as Hilary said, that we need communication. We need to communicate with other people to exchange our ideas, our opinions, our feelings with other people, and to learn about the world around us. We knew that in the past people used different ways for communication. They started to communicate in the past orally first by telling stories. Then they learned how to paint pictures and draw on stone. They learned how to write. The ancient Egyptians were the first people who learned how to paint and draw. They used to paint pictures on stone to save documents or to record history. So without communication, we wouldn't have known about the past, about our history, about our heritage. Then they used different ways. They used modern ways like the internet, the telegraph for sending messages. Then we used the mobile phone, satellites, the radio, etc. for communication. But it's important to communicate face to face, to learn from each other. And yesterday we know that you should have some characteristics to be a good listener. What are the characteristics of a good listener? Please, hands up. Amr Mahmoud.
So you should be clever and patient.
Yes. عبد الرحمن محمد عاطف.
I should listen with empathy and not to interrupt the speaker.
Very good.
And
Yes.
listen between lines.
Very good. محمد مجدي.
كنت أقول النقطة اللي هو قالها دي.
Okay, good. الفلكي.
Practice supportive listening
instead of passive listening. Very good. Practice supportive listening. Thank you, Abdullah. Ilari.
You should have empathy. You should listen with interest, and you should not interrupt the speaker.
You shouldn't judge before you comprehend or understand. Good. Yes, Mahmoud. Azuddin.
A good listener should be patient. He should listen between the lines and listen with empathy, and he shouldn't judge before conversation.
Before communication, or before understanding or comprehending. Yes, good. And there is an ancient Native American proverb that says, listen or your tongue will make you deaf. What does this proverb mean? العوضي.
It means that the listening is very important to be able to speak.
Good. We have two ears and one mouth, so we should listen more than we speak. We can increase our wisdom. We can increase our knowledge when we listen. So we should listen to the wisdom of other people. Now we are going to practice listening. You are going to hear a speaker talking about the barriers to effective communication. Barriers means something which stops effective communication. Barriers, obstacles, العقبات, العوائق. What are the barriers to effective communication? The speaker is going to mention four barriers. What are the 4 barriers to effective communication which the speaker mentions. You are going to pay attention to these 4 obstacles, these 4 barriers that stop effective communication or can hinder effective communication. What 4 factors cause poor listening skills to develop? Poor listening skills can develop by 4 factors. What are these 4 factors? And which barrier of the 4, which barrier to effective communication do you think is the most important and why? Please listen to answer this question.
Module 2, Unit 4, 4.1, page 35. Exercise 4. Why does communication so often go wrong? Here are the top 4 reasons for failure in communication. First, poor listening skills top the list when it comes to barriers to communication. Poor listening skills can result from 1. Lack of interest in the other person or the topic at hand. You just don't care enough to listen. 2. Distractions in the environment, such as excessive noise or activity. 3. Disagreement with the speaker, resulting in mentally blocking out the other person. 4. Passive listening rather than active involvement with the speaker. The second reason for failure in communication is that there are many assumptions we make while communicating with others. For instance, you might think that you know what the other person is going to say, so you simply don't listen to the conversation anymore. Then, another barrier to communication has to do with non-verbal signals. One recent study showed that only 7% of our communicating is tied to what we actually say. A full 55% of communication happens through non-verbal signals, and another 38% is based on tonality. So if your non-verbal signals are contradicting what your mouth is saying, people are going to remember what you didn't say instead. The last barrier to communication is the improper use of questions. Many people believe that if they ask a multitude of questions, they are communicating well and connecting with the other person. This may or may not be the case. We must ask the right questions at the right time to get the information we need to communicate effectively. That means asking open-ended questions. Questions that begin with who, what, when, why, where, and how. Open-ended questions help true discussion and understanding to take place.
What are the 4 barriers to effective communication which the speaker mentions? في 4 نقاط تعتبر عقبة للتواصل الفعال. What are 4 barriers or 4 obstacles, 4 problems? Ayub bin Farid.
Poor listening skills and making many assumptions and non-verbal signals.
Yes.
Improper use of questions.
Improper use of questions. Thank you very much. Let's check the answer here. So the first one, poor listening skills, assumptions, non-verbal signals, and improper use of questions. اللي بيخلي التواصل غير فعال يا شباب اللي ضعف في مهارة الاستماع، افتراضات أو تعطي إشارات غير لفظية مش مفهومة. improper use of questions يعني في بعض الناس بيسأل أسئلة غير مناسبة للموقف أو للموضوع. ممكن المدرس بيشرح درس في نقطة معينة وتلاقي طالب يسأل سؤال خارج الموضوع. أنت خرجتنا بره التواصل ده. So these are the 4 barriers to effective communication: poor listening skills, assumption, non-verbal signals, improper use of questions. Thank you, Ayub. What 4 factors cause poor listening skills to develop? العوامل الأربعة لمهارات ضعف مهارات الاستماع. يوسف علاء.
معاك أستاذ. Lack for interests.
Lack of interest. Yes. قلة الاهتمام.
And distractions.
Yes, تشتيت أو أي شيء يزعج. Yes.
and disagreement with the speaker
Disagreement.
and
Disagreement with the speaker.
disagreement
Yes.
with speakers and perfect listening.
Sorry.
Basive listening.
Passive listening. Let's check the answer here, Yusuf. Okay. So distractions. يعني ممكن اي حد يخبط على الباب او يجي لك تليفون، ده بيعمل ايه؟ distraction، تشتيت الذهن. disagreement with the speaker. passive listening، الاستماع الايه؟ السلبي. as عبد الله فلك said we should have supportive listening instead of passive listening. and lack of interest، يعني قله اهتمام، مش مهتم بالحصه. ممكن واحد مثلا ايه مش بيحب ماده الانجليزي فتلاقيه مش مهتم خالص بشرح المدرس، يبقى lack of interest. distractions لما واحد يقطعك في الدرس. disagreement with the speaker، مختلف معاه في الرأي. passive listening. Okay. which barrier to effective communication do you think is the most important؟ في رأيك أي من الأربعة اللي فوق، من العوامل العقبات الأربعة اللي فوق، هي أهم عقبة للتواصل الفعال في رأيك؟ أو لماذا؟ أخطر واحدة. which is the more or the most important؟ poor listening skills, assumptions, non-verbal signals, improper use of questions, and you have to mention why. منير.
I think it is poor listening skills.
Poor listening skills. Why?
Because if there were a lack of interest, disagreement with the speaker, and distraction, the dialogue will not be completed.
Very good. Thank you. Now, Subhi.
Poor listening skill too.
Why?
Because you didn't have you cannot listen.
The motivation,
you cannot understand
Yes, very good.
You can understand good from the speaker.
Good. Omar Ahmed.
I think poor listening skills is the most important because it can't enable us to understand well.
Very good. Thank you very much. So, as your friend Omar and Munir Subhi said, I think all of them cause poor communication and hinder good communication to develop. أنا ما رضيش يختار أي واحدة فيهم، قال لك كلهم إيه مهمين. I think all of them cause poor communication and hinder good communication to develop. But I agree with you that poor listening skills is the most important barrier to effective communication because it can lead to other problems. Okay, now we've got some difficult words. Use these adjectives. Use these adjectives to complete the sentences. Intimidating. Intimidating. What does it mean, intimidating? It means frightening, terrifying. Interpersonal, between persons or people. Skillful, clever, talkative, someone who talks a lot or too much. Effective, supportive, threatened, one-way, valuable. All these adjectives, you can use them to complete the following sentence. I'll give you 2 minutes to read the sentence and complete them with words from the books. Let's see. Abdullah Assam. Abdullah Assam, raise your hand, please. Abdullah Assam, answer the first question. Abdullah Assam.
No.
Yes. The first one.
Mr. Faisal speech was very
in encouraging the progress of his employees. How was his speech? In encouraging the progress of his employees. Ibrahim Abdel Nasser. Ibrahim Abdel Nasser.
أستاذ.
Yes. A.
الظاهر عندي أستاذ، أنا ظاهر عندي C D E F G.
You should open your student's book. Ibrahim Mukhtar. Ibrahim Mukhtar.
أستاذ.
Yes, A.
أستاذ effective يا أستاذ. أنا إبراهيم عبد الناصر.
أحمد السيد.
أستاذ أنا كنت بقرأ لسه.
معاك يا أستاذ. أحمد السيد. A.
Mr. Faisal's speech was very effective.
Effective in encouraging the progress of his employees. Very good. Thank you, Ahmed Sayed. Okay, B. Ahmed Mahmoud. Ahmed Mahmoud.
There is interaction between the two companies. Therefore, it is not a communication.
So the interaction.
One way?
One way? No. It isn't a communication. One way communication?
No.
It isn't a one-way communication, do you think? Let's check it later. All right. There is interaction between the two companies. Therefore, it isn't a one-way communication. Yes, I agree with you. So the interaction between the two companies, it's called organizational. So it is not a one-way communication. It's two ways communication. Thank you, Ahmad. Ilari, C.
You will need good not skills to work as a sales clerk. You will need good interpersonal skills.
Interpersonal skill. Very good. You should have communication skills. Interpersonal, you should understand people. Very good. To be a sales clerk or a salesman, you should have good interpersonal skills. How to deal with people. Good. Ayub, D.
My parents have been extremely supportive of my decision to apply for this university.
Very good. Supportive. So your parents support you to take your decision to apply for a specific university. What would you like to study, Munir? Would you like to study medicine or engineering?
Medicine.
Medicine. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you, Ayub. I'm sorry. Hazim Muhammad. Yes, Hazim. E.
Our exams are very near, so our time is too.
You are going to have an exam very near. So how can you describe your time? You shouldn't waste your time. You should on playing computer games. Your time is so what? So precious, so expensive. Give me another word. Khalid Ali, Shamsuddin.
Valuable.
Valuable. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay. F. Subhi.
After his interview, we
Yes.
came to conclusion that he was
a writer.
skillful,
Clever, skillful. Yes, it's skillful writer. Skillful writer. Very clever. Thank you. Abdurrahman Al-Awadi. G.
When the new computer program was launched into the market, the private companies felt threatened.
Threatened. Yes.
Threatened.
Yes, very good. يعني تخيل كده مثلا شركة من الشركات بتنتج موبايل جديد، فالشركات التانية بتشعر بالإيه؟ بالتهديد إنها منتجاتها ومبيعاتها تقل. Very good. So when the new computer program was launched into the market, the private companies felt threatened. They felt they were in danger or at risk. Good. Mention ways to break barriers to effective communication. How can we destroy these obstacles? As we mentioned before, poor listening skills, improper use of questions, etc. Assumptions. These are the 4 barriers. How can we break them to have effective communication? Abdurrahman Muhammad Azzat. What do you think? Abdullah Al-Falaki.
معاك يا أستاذ.
Yes.
Okay, publication of processing methods and open YouTube and make posts on social media.
Yes.
Like that.
Thank you very much.
Merci.
So let's revise the new vocabulary we studied yesterday. Let's learn them, read the definition and the Arabic meaning, empathy, adjustment, interlocutor, assumption, distraction, block out, capacity, defensiveness, enhance, non-verbal. Please read the definitions so that you will be able to answer the next question. You are going to fill in and choose the correct word that suits the sentence. Empathy, adjustment, interlocutor, assumption, distraction, block out, capacity, defensiveness, enhance, non-verbal. Okay, be ready to do the next exercises. You've got here 2 exercises. Fill in the spaces with words from the list. Capacity, empathy, enhance, interlocutor, blocks out, adjustment. Abdurrahman Muhammad Muzbah. Abdurrahman Muhammad Muzbah. Abdullah Assam.
No.
Yes, answer the first question.
I think that he is the best I met. He has
a good experience of conversing with people, talking with people, discussing people. He has a conversation. He's involving in the conversation. He is a Ablan Nawaf. Ablan Nawaf. عمر أحمد.
معاك يا أستاذ.
Yes, عمر.
I think that he is the best. I met he has a good experience of conversing with others.
Conversing, talking, speaking.
Empathy.
Yes. No. عمر شريف. Yes, عمر. عمر محمد. Yes, عمر شريف. Go on. Yes, عمر.
أستاذ أنا عمر محمد.
Okay, wait a minute. عمر شريف. عمر محمد. Yes, عمر.
Yes, معك. I think that he is the best interlocutor.
Very good. Thank you, Omar. I think he's the best interlocutor, speaker. I met, he has a good experience of conversing with others. Thank you. Amr Mahmoud.
I don't like to hang a curtain there not to the sunlight. Block out.
Yes, block out without S. Without S. Block out. Yes.
Block out.
The curtain blocks out the sunlight. الستارة بتحجب أشعة الشمس. So I don't like to hang the curtain there not to block out the sunlight. Without S. Thank you, Omar Mahmoud. Majid, 3. Majid. ماجد مساعد. Yes, 3. fill in. محمد علاء الدين. محمد علاء. محمد مجدي.
Do you think he has the adjustment for
achieving this task? What do you need? You need adjustment to achieve a task, or you to achieve an ambition or an mission or a task. You should have what? You should have ability. Give me another word for ability. Do you think he has that? Yes? Capacity, not empathy. Capacity. Capacity means ability to do something. So you should have the capacity to achieve this task. You should have the ability to achieve this mission. Thank you, Muhammad Majdi. Okay, Mahmoud Azzuddin, 4.
It's important to develop the empathy between dogs and their handlers.
Yes, to develop the empathy. Yes, the handlers, people who keep dogs, they should have empathy. Yes, thank you. Number F, or letter question number 5. مشاري مطلق. مشاري مطلق.
هلا أستاذ موجود.
Yes, number 5.
She's hoping the course will space her career prospects. Enhanced.
She's hoping the course will
enhanced
her career prospects. What will the course do? Yes, Mishari, again? Say the answer.
Enhance.
Enhance. Very good, Mishari. She wants or she wishes the course will enhance her career prospects. The course will improve her career prospects or to get a good job. Thank you, Mishari.
Thank you.
Now let's do the next exercise. Assumption, distraction, defensiveness, non-verbal adjustment. Complete these sentences from 6 to 10. Munir.
She made a few minor to the focus of her camera to capture clear photos.
Yes. Adjustment. Excellent, Munir. Thank you so much. Good. Mina, number 7.
They
Mina.
have made a yes, teacher.
About
They
the
have
population
made
rate growth recently. What have they made?
population rate destruction or defensiveness.
Destruction? No.
Defensiveness.
assumption يعني هم عملوا افتراض على النمو معدل الزياده السكانيه. افتراض يعني مثلا العام الماضي كان 7 مليون والسنه دي 8 مليون، يبقى الزياده ايه؟ الزياده 1 مليون او مليون. يبقى this is what they have made an assumption. They have made an assumption about the population's rate growth recently. يوسف حمدي. Number 8, Yusuf Hamdi.
Communication needs strengthening much. هتبقى رقم 1 يا أستاذ.
Skills. Which communication?
Assumption.
Sorry, which communication?
Assumption.
No, we number 7 is assumption. Yusuf Sami. Yusuf Sami.
مع حضرتك يا أستاذ.
Yes, Yusuf.
هتبقى
we have verbal communication. It means speech, talking face to face with people, and we have other kind of communication. It's called yes. Number 8, Yusuf.
Number 8. Non-verbal.
Non-verbal, yes, very good. Non-verbal communication needs exerting much effort and necessitates skills. Very good. Okay, Yusuf Salah. Number 9. Suppose that you are studying your lessons and you are watching TV. What does your mother say? What does your mother tell you? Turn the television off while studying. Why? Yusuf Salah. Yusuf Ala.
معك أستاذ.
Distraction. Distraction, very good, Dr. Yusuf. Turn the television off if you find it a distraction and hinder your concentration. ماما بتقول لك طفي التلفزيون لو وجدت تشتيت بيعطلك عن ايه؟ بيعرقل التركيز بتاعك، مش مركز في الدراسة. You should turn off the television because you find what? Distraction. Thank you, Yusuf. Yusuf Muhammad, number 10. Yusuf Muhammad?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Most people tend to protect
themselves against others' criticism عن النقد. لو انت حسيت ان يا يوسف الناس بينتقدوك فانت عشان تدافع عن نفسك بتميل لايه؟ بتميل لاي جهه. Most people tend to. You've got here 5 words and 5 sentences. الكلمه اللي ما اخترناهاش هم 5. يوسف ياسر. يوسف ياسر.
يا استاذ معلش جاز معلق والله. والله يا استاذ معلق جاز معلق.
يس انسر.
استاذ معلش الشاشه بس مش واضحه. بس خلاص اول سؤال.
Please open your student's book. You shouldn't only watch the screen. You should have your student's book in front of you. But this is the exercise here on the screen. Yusuf, the last question. Most people protect themselves against others' criticism. The last question, Yusuf.
Okay. Blocks out.
No. انت فين؟ احنا في نمبر 10 يا حبيبي. ابراهيم عبد الناصر.
اوكي ماشي خلاص. سوري.
إبراهيم عبد الناصر.
Yeah, sis.
Yes, Ibrahim.
She made a few minor to the focus of her
10,
camera
please.
to capture clear
Number
footage.
10, please.
10.
Number 10. Ibrahim
Most
Mukhtar.
people
Yes.
tend to protect themselves against the other
Others criticism.
criticism.
So most people tend to what? To do what? They want to protect themselves from other people criticism. When someone criticizes you,
Defensive.
you begin to defend yourself. So most people tend to defensiveness.
Defensive.
Again, defensiveness. You can screenshot this exercise so that you can complete it at home. Okay, screenshot. I'm going to show you some simple questions which are very important in this lesson. How can people communicate? الفلكي. How can people communicate?
By mobile phone, computer.
Yes. Very good.
By,
So, yes, they can talk or send written messages to one another. So, using the mobile phone or using social media is talking, or by sending written messages. Good. They can use computers, mobile phones, desktop phones, fax, internet, etc., or face-to-face communication. Why do people communicate? Munir.
Yes,
Hilary.
teacher.
Yes, Munir. Why do people communicate? Hilary.
Yes,
People
teacher.
communicate. Why?
People communicate to exchange their ideas and express their feelings.
Very good. Yes. To learn about the world. They share ideas, opinions, values, attitudes, beliefs, and feelings. What factors can cause communication problems? We have mentioned some factors that can cause communication problems. Or what are the barriers that can cause communication problems or can hinder effective communication? As I mentioned, there are 4. Amr Mahmoud.
So, poor communication listening is
Poor listening skills. Poor listening skills.
poor listening skills.
Yes. العوضي.
Distraction.
Yes, very good. العوضي.
أقول الفاكتورز يا أستاذ ولا البارز؟
What factors can cause communication problems? Not factors that can أو غير الاسم بدل factors خلاها barriers. Factors can cause communication problems. Not poor listening skills. So poor listening skills. What else? Distraction.
Lack of interest.
Yes.
Disagreements with the speaker.
Disrespect of the speaker. Defensiveness. Okay. What skills should a good listener have? As we mentioned, a good listener should have. He should be attentive. He should be interested. He should care about what is being said. He should also keep eye contact with the speaker and doesn't interrupt him. How has the internet revolutionized the domain of communication? بلكن كيف الانترنت أحدث ثورة في مجال الاتصالات. How has the internet revolutionized the domain of communication? من الأسئلة المهمة يا شباب. محمد وجدي.
Because we can communicate with each other in each country.
Yes. So the internet has made communication what? Has made communication easier, faster. Yes. So people can communicate faster. They also can use applications through which you can communicate using cameras. So the internet has revolutionized the domain of communication because people can communicate faster and easier, and they can use applications through which you can communicate, or they can communicate using cameras. You can upload files or send photos or pictures using the internet. Okay, screenshot this question. You can answer them. Please study hard. Study hard. Do your homework. Learn the new vocabulary. Read our lesson every day. Don't waste your time. I'm going to stop recording. Until we meet again next week, thank you and goodbye.